Alright, what's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another MFYT Made for YouTube video here at Northern 420 with me, Alfred. In this one, we're going to talk about grinders. This is going to go up into the educational section. It's a little follow-up, again, to our very first one. We were just talking about getting off the ground as far as being a new user or whatnot. I'm going to go over a little bit about grinders if you're going to be looking to pick one up. Just a couple little things to look for, a couple little things that I like and don't like, and then you can take that and make judge about your purchase a little bit better. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. So we're going to start over at the end here. Right at the end, we got this plastic, very cheap, very inexpensive. As I was sitting here playing with it, I kind of noticed that it's got a little space here. If, I think it's there to maybe hold extra medication, maybe some extra bud. But, whoops. As you can see, there's no magnet or nothing, so this is going to fall. Definitely only good for at home because this thing's going to fall apart on you. Not only that, like I said, it is plastic. Over time, this is going to get super gummy. Not that you can't clean it, but it's going to be really hard. It's also going to be more prone to breaking. I wouldn't recommend this as far as longevity, things like that. If you're really looking for something on a budget, it's not so bad because it does have the spiked teeth on there, which you can see. And as far as plastic goes, you want those spiked teeth because the other kind of like this has more of a kind of a pillar. But if you get the plastic in that kind of pillar style, they're going to break right off guaranteed. So as far as this goes, not my personal preference. Single stage, all that good stuff. All right, so moving up a little bit. This is not necessarily in succession, good to bad or anything. I'm just going to go over a couple different kinds here. Just you guys are going to see all kinds out there. So give you a couple little pointers, things like that anyway. So this one's a single stage. I got this from Tilray when I started with them. That's LP. I have since switched from them to Broken Coast. Happily, might I add. But Tilray sends you a couple things when you start out with them. And this little grinder is one of them. Like I said, it's just a single. Nothing too fancy. Metal. It's got, like I said, those kind of pillar metal, and because it is the metal, there's no issue with that at all. Those are going to hold up strong. The only issue with this, I find, is not that I have overly large hands, but I find it a little bit difficult to grind up with the product in there. I find my hands are kind of rubbing on each other. It's a little bit difficult, but those little things matter to somebody who might have some dexterity issues. So yeah, as far as that goes, and again, not a whole lot of grip. Something else to really look for when you're getting a grinder, and I'll show you that in a couple other ones. You're going to want to have some grip on that because once you get your product in there, it's going to be a little harder to, pardon me, to bust up. So you're definitely going to have something to hold on to so your hands aren't slipping on there. All right. So getting into exactly what I'm talking about perfectly. This guy right here. This one is very smooth around the edges. Turns nice and free now because these are all nice and new. It's got those pointy teeth. I like those. Magnet in there to attempt to keep that lid on there. But very smooth around the edges. As soon as this gets gummy at all, or even if you get a little product in there, you're going to have a real hard time turning that. It's going to be real difficult for you, so I highly suggest sticking away from something like this. This one as well. Once you bust the product, it does have a screen, and all that extra crystal or keef or sift or whatever you want to call it is going to fall through, and it's going to collect in this little bottom area for yourself to use for whatever purposes you decide to use it for. So there's that guy. What else we got here? So we got this little kind of pill bottle one, kind of a little novelty kind of grinder. It doesn't open at all. It's got those kind of metal spikes in there as well, top and bottom, and then it's got the holes as well. It's going to fall into a secondary chamber. This one's not bad for, as far as at home. It actually holds a lot on the bottom. It's got a lot to grip, even though it's not rigid, so it's got a good, like I said, the grip for it. But there's a lot to hold on to, so it kind of makes up in that way. So as far as at home, this kind of might work. But again, it's kind of just a little novelty thing, kind of inexpensive. Not something you want to maybe use on a regular basis, I don't know. Each to their own. But just something I wanted to show you guys as well. And here we go for me. This is my kind of daily user. This is what I use on a regular basis. It's kind of old and worn down, but that's okay. It's got several chambers. It's very heavy, metal. I can clean it off, no problem with ice or whatever I so choose, and it's going to come nice and clean, nice and sturdy, nice and strong. It's not going to break. It's got those metal spike teeth in there that I really like. I find they bust up the product a lot better. They get your medication nice and broken up so you can roll it up or vape it up or whatever you choose to do. And then same on this side. It's got a magnet in there. It's going to hold that thing on there. And even over the years, this thing's held up real strong. So, and then through the holes, you're going to get into our first chamber, which is where you're going to collect your marijuana from. And then that drive sift is going to get caught in there, and then it's going to pass through the first screen. We got to go into a second screen. And then finally, let's see if we can here. Get the bottom. And then finally into a little catch where you're going to get all your dry sift. And this is going to eliminate a lot of the little particulates and the little plant matter and things like that. And this is going to be pretty clean right down here on the bottom. And again, then you can use that. You can add it to a joint. You can press it. You can... There's multiple other things. Might have to do a video on that and go over that stuff as well in the future. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, something along these lines. If you're only going to be getting one grinder, obviously you're not going to be getting a whole bunch. Get something that's going to fit nice in your hand. Get something that's going to have a good grip. Get something that's going to have some good teeth in there. Make sure you're getting a material that is not going to break or bust. Remember, when that marijuana and that product gets in there, it's going to get gummy. It's going to get hard. So all those things you want to take into consideration. When you're buying yourself a grinder, so you don't have to go out and pick up another one or be cleaning it on a regular basis. So functionality is definitely a big thing with this. Keeping away from, like little trinkets and knickknacks and things that kind of look cool but really don't work that great. So yeah, my opinion on grinders. For me, Alfred at Northern 420, we're going to shut this one down. Thanks as usual for taking time out of your day to check it out. Make sure you head on over to the Facebook group. Got lots of stuff going on over there. Got videos, and you can post your 420 things that are going on in your life. You got questions, we got answers. You got lots of stuff going on over there. Giveaways, all kinds of good stuff. So like I said, check that out, and we'll be doing more stuff on here. For me, Alfred, like I said, Northern 420, happy token.